It's an amazing position to be in. I know the information I have is absolutely paradigm shattering, and an earthquake begins. A beautiful one towards a place of glory for us as human beings on the planet. I know it with a 100% certainty, but nobody else does. And so God holds the timing. So I really hope that the videos that I've done form a basis, a provenance for why I can say this information with such certainty. And you see the madness that I've exposed myself to, and the humiliation that has been heaped upon me, and the denigration that I've had in society where I've been completely alone. It's absolutely necessary to be alone in order to get this information, and I've got it. So now I want to stop being alone. I'd like to be part of a community and a world based on love and on love waves. Showing how simple is the answer. The force exists. Only force. Force alone exists. Everything is created from force. And that force is from twisting and spherical expansion. Spherical expansion has a limit to maintain a sphere. That sphere is subject to twisting forces because of the duration of the existence of the sphere. And it creates water, which is light and matter. The rigid body moment is created. So water is an expression of a laminar line of critical flow. You can split the boundary between laminar and turbulent flow into a new zone, critical flow. It's laminar turbulent flow, unique, and it dips in and out of either. And that the turbulent flow below, which is the expansive forces, is the higher energy state. So if the surface is leaning towards the higher energy state, it goes faster. So that bit accelerates. And above is where the light is. And so the other side, the other arm, is balanced with the motion of the wave that we see in the double slit experiment is in light. And so there's a reaction, but it can stretch a little because of the momentum from the other side, from the higher energy state. So you've just got a rocking motion. You've got the head moving forward. There's a ball moving forward. As it tilts forward, the bottom does a full rotation because it's solid, it has to. The top can't keep up, it's too far away, so it does a spin, a circle. That circle has a whipping motion, goes back to the center, so it does one big arc and then two small arc, big arc, small arc, back to the center. When it hits the center, there's a spark of light. It's at the top of the point where it's going to go. So the motion forward has got a twisting motion in it. That twisting motion is expressed in the arms of the rigid body at the equator, and so that's now rocking. But the rocking and the twisting means that there is a rotation like this. So you're a canoeist at the center of a rigid body, and you're canoeing, and you're doing this. So it's twisting. Can you see? The motion at the center is like this, twisting. As the oar dips at one end, it's dipping into the expansive force inside the sphere, which is turbulent flow. That's the higher energy state. So there's forward motion. The other end of the oar is gone into light. There's no mass. So it's stretching towards the easy path, dragged back by its other arm. And so when it gets to the bottom of its stroke, the momentum of the stroke in will maintain the motion in the higher energy state, pushing into the lower energy state until the point of balance, when there is a spark, an inversion, and the two forces act together. So that viscous force is formed from expansion and contraction forces of viscous, proving that there's motion of a wave, the love wave. The love wave is the elastica of the planet. So from the time particle theory, you come out to the important part of the surface of the planet, the mantle bending. In that mantle, there's the elastica line. Look, Euler, look him up. That elastica line is bending. If it's flat, it doesn't hold itself together. Because it's bending, that the planet holds itself together about this inviscid line. When you look at the line, you find this critical flow there, and this is how you analyze it, and you find that there's motion first. Wave exists. The force exists, expressed there in the balance between viscous and inertial forces. The surface of the sphere contracting and glowing with light, and the center of the sphere of just expansive force. So everything inside is quantum. All the quantum bullshit is just expansive force. Just put a sphere around it and forget it, and look at the surface where the glory is, where all the action is of the elastic modulus, and proving that force alone exists, and everything is created from force. That force manifests itself in our hearts as light. The half dark, half light sphere we see around the moon is around our hearts. It's linked to it. The system of the pulsatility of the cerebral spinal fluid is linked to that bending mechanism in the human heart, proving who we are as human beings, what our job is, to be the caretaker. So we now choose the motion of the tectonic plates, and we swim the planet into its proper shape, and it will go flat. But this is flat Earth. At the moment, we have flat Z discs in our hearts, so we live on a round planet. Because it's been bent into a round planet. It's a beam in a sphere, spherical beam, bent into a circle. When we go back to our proper motion of the tectonic plates, when we realize how we swim the planet, and with people living on their own pieces of land, because the people are the expression of the mushrooms who live there. This is why immigration is gone. You live where you are. You're a manifestation of that motion, of that piece of tectonic plate. And this is why they're forcing on us. They think they can corrupt the power of God. The more they do it, the more the obvious answer comes out. So this is the job of human beings. Ethno-nationalism, based on love and love waves. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So we know who we are. And so, go back to the beginning. I put this down. I'm hoping that you'll come back and look at this one and go, fuck me, he really had it. In that moment, what must it have been like for him to experience the future beginning? And I just go, it's just another fucking day, another day at the office. Yeah, waiting for you guys to wake up. Okay, that's enough. But know this, just look at the information. It's just fucking information. Yeah, if you don't like it, forget it. But do understand it before you bin it, okay? Because there might be something important there. Follow the Rebel King.